mad. And I'm totally thrilled to see that the film got longer with all those outtakes. And of course, what I'm going to say is, I don't know, but I'm especially pleased because my cat's finally made the cut. And I think there's some really interesting extra pieces that you're going to see when you're going to buy the DVD, and it shows another whole side of what Anna does. You know, she does do tons more than just run a magazine, and I think it's kind of interesting that you have another further look into all the things that she's involved with. You know, and it's quite remarkable. And she thinks way beyond the magazine. She thinks, you know, she tries to help everybody in terms of, you know, New York, America, the fashion business, and all the people that come with it, and that is in all those extra bits. It's you see her, you know, trotting around the world. So I'm happy that the extra bits will finally be seen, and I wish they were in the main movie because you know, we always want more. I mean, I'm always crying, as you see in the movie, which most of you say you've seen. You know, I hated having my pictures cut too. So, of course, you know, but RJ took hours and hours and hours. I mean, he'll tell you how many hours, way too many, and some cuts had to be made somewhere, I suppose. And certainly, you know, it makes it a tight movie, and it makes it. I think it's very strong the way it is, and but now you have a chance to see it both ways, so that's great.
I have one other thing. The only criticism I have is not with RJ in the movie. It's with the Academy of Motion Pictures and Sciences, that they did not find it viable to nominate this fabulous film for an Oscar. So I was upset about that.
RJ, going into this project, when you see there are 3 discs on the available, and there's so many outtakes, and I watched it, all of them, every minute of it, and you know, I love Andre and Grace, so it was a real delight for me. I mean, really, it was the end of loneliness, because I got to see them in places. I haven't been to Grace's house at the beach, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. But I began really to become more fascinated that when you're actually around, and how the hell you made this movie. And I was just wondering a few questions. Like, what did you expect, and what did you find? Meaning, did you find what you thought you would? Did you ever doubt as you got into it that you didn't have a film? Did you ever struggle to find a compelling narrative before? Of course, you found the creative conflict, let's say, between Grace and Anna.
Well, let me start with a couple things. First, by thanking everybody for being here. I mean, all day long, I think we all were wondering if this room would be filled tonight, and it's so deeply gratifying that you all came out in this weather to be here, so thank you. Let me then also point out that the phrases argument and row both suggest a kind of a dialogue. So the description of what was going on between Grace and me at the Chanel Couture show, I think, has been misdescribed this evening. I think pummeling might be a more accurate description of the event itself, just for accuracy's sake. Expectations, you know, it's a really interesting question, expectations when you're making a film like this. I try to keep my expectations in a way blank. You know, making a film like the September issue, which we shot, we started shooting in September of 2007 and wrapped in the middle of August 2007, so that's close to 8 months of filming. And we're really, our process is purely observational. We're there, we're seeing what's going on, and the hardest part is committing to the discipline of being observers. And that means that what's driving you is curiosity, and you're really asking the simplest questions. Who is everybody? What do they do? How do they do it? With whom do they do it? What are the relationships? And as you start to discover all of those things, it leads you down the road. It's just a path of discovery. So your expectations are just that hopefully if you follow your curiosity, things will be revealed. And you're earning trust, which is, as you've heard tonight, the process of what we went through. We had to earn everybody's trust.